What's up, guys? Pyromaniac720 here, and I have for you round 3 from the West Hartford Premier Challenge that I went to this past weekend with my Mega Absol team. So I'm 1-1 at this point in the tournament, and I'm playing one of Blitzen versus Friends, who is running double poly. So if he led double poly against me, then I think I could have been in pretty big trouble. But luckily, he ends up not leading double poly. This team that I made is pretty rain weak. Basically, the idea of the team was to support Mega Absol as much as possible, and the way I did that was by having just these Pokemon that hit incredibly hard. But that they also didn't provide too much coverage. But luckily, he ends up leading Raichu and Poliwrath instead, so I was incredibly content with that lead. I felt really good about it. So I go for the Fake Out onto his Poliwrath, and he goes for the Fake Out onto my Staraptor. So we just trade Fake Outs, no big deal there. I withdraw Raichu because I'm expecting him to Encore me, and I don't want to get... I can't Thunderbolt, so I'm just going to switch out and get Diggersby in there. And I know he's not going to Thunderbolt Staraptor because of my Lightning Rod. I'm Scarf, so I just go for the Brave Bird. And even if I wasn't Scarf, I was going to outspeed. And I pick up the Easy KO on Poliwrath. So I take out half the rain, which is nice. And he indeed ends up going for the Encore, which of course fails because Diggersby just switched in. So he switches in Talonflame now, and Talonflame is the Pokemon that I'm probably most concerned about. Basically because I don't have any Quick Guard or like any Pokemon that really take it well. But Diggersby ends up surviving the Brave Bird, which was Life Orb. I don't know if it's Adamant or Jolly. I'm guessing because of the damage, it was probably Adamant. So I go for my own Brave Bird now. And I end up targeting his Talonflame, and I take it out, luckily. So I'm feeling really good at this point in the match. I'm about 4-2. But then he goes for the Volt Switch, and obviously Easy KO. Staraptor's not super bulky, and I only had 55 HP left. So I'm at 3-2. But I went for the return on Raichu slot, so whatever he switches in is going to take some serious damage, and ends up being Politoed. Like I said, Diggersby, it's Jolly Banded, and it's got huge power, and return is, of course, stab, so, I hammer it, and I hit a critical hit. I don't know how bulky it was, but I'm able to pick up the KO. So, as you can see, Diggersby's got a lot of power. So I send in Mega Absol finally for the first time in the tournament. Wicked pumped. And just so you guys know, my Absol runs Sucker Punch, Rock Slide, Sword Stance, and Protect. Detect, just so I don't get imprisoned. So he goes for the Fake Out onto Diggersby, which picks up the KO, which I am perfectly fine with. I go for the Sword Stance to make myself super powerful. And at this point in the match, I am in pretty good shape because I can just Fake Out his Raichu. I'm assuming he doesn't carry Protect. And then it lets me fire off a +2 Rock Slide, which is an easy KO since Raichus aren't very bulky. So I'm now 2-1 in the tournament with my Mega Absol team. So stay tuned for round 3.